Man, what's going on? It's your boy T-Voca, the host.
Hey, y'all. It is your favorite girl.
Hey.
I am Dorian Ford. How y'all doing today?
What's up? It is a wonderful day in Zamunda.
In Zamunda. I thought we were in Wakanda. How we get back to Zamunda? I thought we had transitioned to Wakanda.
Listen, I had to tell my age.
Oh, you sure did
I
tell your
my age. I had to tell my age.
You told your age.
I told my age. Yeah.
But listen, guys, you already know whenever you see us sitting down, whenever you see the set, that means that we have some amazingness to connect you to. And listen,
we got a queen in the house.
This lady right here, first of all,
in the house.
I'm a fan. I am such a fan, and I'm a fan for more than 3 reasons.
Okay, she got reasons.
So I'm gonna start it on this tip real quick.
Okay,
and I hope this is okay. So if I go too far, say girl, stop. All right. So first off, I am a huge fan because I love the fact that being a single mom, I'm all about connecting and relating and just seeing how you pursue success regardless. Right. So I'm a huge fan because of that. So I love that. Second of all, you are Miss Professional. You have exceeded in an industry at a time where people who look like us they haven't really been successful in insurance for the long, like in the long time ago when you started, it wasn't a lot of us in it and not excelling at the level of what you did. And God, Lord forbid it be a woman, a black woman.
Come on, madam.
So to be able to be so successful in such a, fruitful industry, the insurance industry, and not just the insurance industry, but State Farm, baby.
Come on.
Like, that's
name
the
brand.
Cream of the crop.
That's Nike. That's Nike.
Geico.
That's Nike in that
That is the Nike of insurance.
Come on.
Real deal. So to be... I'm a huge fan for that professionally and just your drive there. And then, girl, I am a fan because you don't be playing with these niggas.
Whewww. She said it.
No. Okay, she said no. But no, what I'm talking about. So the one and only y'all.
Come on, madam. Katrina.
Worsham, guys.
Yes.
Help us welcome her.
The madam is in the room.
Come
on, yes.
The madam is here.
She's here.
The madam
she has
is
made
here.
a presence.
I'm here.
I had to get that off.
She's here.
So you guys, I know that you know who she is.
Come on.
You have seen her face on billboards. You have
Yes.
seen her face on city buses.
Most definitely.
It wasn't the one that blew up though.
No.
Right.
You have seen her amazing building on Mansfield Road. She is Miss Insurance around this area, not just Shreveport, but this region. She has been doing it for so long. And you guys probably hear her every Sunday morning.
Come on.
Make Me, Mold Me, Empowerment Radio Show.
Yes.
How are you doing today, Queen?
I am doing great. Y'all make me feel good.
Come on.
Y'all done bragged on the sister.
Yes.
Well, then put me straight.
Come on.
We're not going to call them what you call them because I love my African American men.
And you know
I
what?
love my men.
I apologize to that because
we gonna keep it professional.
You're right. I thought I said men in my head, but now I realize that
They
I
came
didn't
out.
say men.
Yeah, we can't go like that.
So I thank you.
I love them all.
That's another reason why I love her because she gonna get you together.
Yes.
She gonna get you together and allow the record to reflect. So I stand corrected, men. Please accept Tommy. Will you please accept my apology?
I accept your apology. Yes,
Knowledge.
thank you.
Will you please accept my apology, black man? I apologize.
Blessings,
No disrespect,
blessings.
guys. But no disrespect. It's definitely all love. There was just a sister inside moment. We act like we might even go cut that out.
Well, you know one thing
Keep
that
it
I've
real.
learned because single mom, rearing a young man.
Right.
I've always, whether he was high, low, medium, I've always called him a king.
Yes.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Hey, king, I need you to get it together.
Yes.
King,
Yes.
I need you to hold your head up. King, king. And I don't look at fault.
That's good.
Because we all have
all
fault.
have some type of fault.
And not just with my son, but I'm saying even with my man, with our men, I just don't look at fault. Now, they may not stay around, but I just don't look at the fault of them.
It ain't your fault.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
It ain't no fault. But so healthy. That is so
Yes.
powerful, and that is so amazing to be able to vocalize that because that's so
Yeah.
important. And I am big on, people, when I was in the classroom, I had 9th and 10th graders, and I would say, yes, sir. I'm always going to say yes,
Yes,
sir, no,
yes,
sir.
sir, no, sir.
Especially to our black men. They'd be like,
Yeah.
Miss Dorian, why you say that? Because listen, this world is tough.
It is.
It is tough on our men. So, ladies, it is very important. Remember, even when you mad at him, girl, even when you
Come
mad,
on.
speak life.
Speak life. Come
Speak
on.
life.
Yes.
Speak
that,
life. That
yes.
is so
Yes.
important. So we're not gonna get into the nitty gritty, but I just
Well,
want
let's
people
get
to
into the
know-
nitty-gritty.
I won't, because you're always on this side of the microphone.
am.
You're never on that side. So I want people to truly, genuinely, authentically get to know who you are. So where are you from? Because I know that you're an
Come on,
implant.
yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Shreveport. So
Tell
where are
them
you from?
yeah.
You know, I am from Newport, Arkansas.
Come on, Arkansas.
Okay.
girl.
Small country town, 8,000 people.
Oh, wow.
So Greyhounds, class of 1989. Kudos to you. And we grew up a little different than how I've grown here.
Okay.
We were mixed, so we didn't see color. It was African American, it was Caucasian. We all was one big happy family. I dated interracial. It wasn't no big deal. It was we slept in the same bed, we drank from the same cup, and
Wow.
we were family.
And this is Arkansas, you said?
Newport, Arkansas.
Okay.
Newport.
Okay, so when I transitioned to the big state of Louisiana, I think I was a lot naive.
Okay.
I was, cause y'all done grew a sister up here. I'm like, hold up,
Baby.
like, wait a minute, is this the city?
Listen.
But yeah, y'all grew me up here because I really came in very naive. In the professional world, in my personal life. City men, Tommy, y'all broke a country girl down. I'm like, I'm ready to go back to the farm.
Oh, now.
I'm ready to go back to the
Come
farm.
on, stay.
But it's been an experience. But originally, just a good old country girl. I grew up on a farm. Donkeys, cows,
Wow.
horses.
Yes.
I never
Yes.
would have thought. I
Fresh
never would have thought
eggs.
that. I don't know why I thought you said new what?
Newport.
Newport. I don't
Newport,
know.
just like the cigarette.
like the cigarette.
Yes.
I don't know why I thought you were like from New York.
No.
Come on.
I got the new part right.
Newport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why you gave me a New York feel. You gave me being
Big
from
city.
a big
Big
city.
city.
You know,
But
so I
Shreveport
just
grew up.
Y'all grew me up.
Come on.
Y'all, all of y'all.
All of us.
I'm looking
Every
in the
now.
camera. All of
All-
y'all.
all
the
y'all.
friends,
Everybody.
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 Y'all grew a sister up, okay?
Come on.
And I'm from where I'm from and from how I was reared. I trust everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you tell me that the sky is purple, Tommy, that sky is purple.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Come on.
You not finna convince me that it's blue.
Because he told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe what you tell me.
Mm-hmm.
But Shreveport, Louisiana,
Shreveport, Louisiana,
I
baby.
said, wait a minute, I need to go back home.
I tell people often,
got
if you can make it in Shreveport,
Yeah.
you can make it
Anywhere.
especially
Yeah.
in like
Just
in
support
business
everything.
Yes.
Everything.
and event planning.
Yes. They
on your side, they
and
on your
doing-
side.
and stuff like that.
Yes.
Because Shreveport is a very tough crowd.
It
Yeah.
is.
Shreveport,
Yes.
I'm talking about despite the industry. I have, like I said, in event planning and
Yes.
I have seen comedians be on stage giving every joke they
We gonna
have.
just
Yes.
stand
And
look.
Shreveport is gonna stand there and
Like, I know you're not talking about me, but let me say this because I don't need no haters now. Shreveport, I love y'all.
Come on.
I love
We
all
love
of
y'all.
you all.
Yes, we love you.
We.
I love Shreveport, Louisiana. Y'all, we family now. Y'all broke us in.
We done adopted you.
Yeah, y'all have adopted me.
Yes, yes.
And you know what I can say that I've learned? Real life.
Yeah.
I really have. I remember my first week here in Shreveport, I had two people that invited me to lunch at a casino. And they told me, they said, Katrina, it was a male and a female. They still here to this day. Matter of fact, I just spoke to one before I came. And they said, Katrina, this city is very different. It could be very cliquish. But what we want you to do, if you're gonna make it in this business, in your business, do not get tied up in any cliques.
Ooh, come on.
Make
Speak
sure
to the
what
people.
you say you're gonna do, you're gonna
Speak
do
to the
it.
people.
And
Yes.
make sure that you keep your word.
Wow, that is,
And
oh
I
my God.
remember that's just like it was yesterday.
Yes.
Wow.
So I don't have, if you notice me, or if you see me, I don't hang with people. I just don't hang with certain people. I hang with everybody.
Right.
But I can go in a room by myself
Right.
and be happy.
Fact.
And then I can walk out of the room by myself.
Right.
But I remember that, so I don't mind going over to Motown. I can sit up on the tree, play some dominoes.
Come on.
I can go over to Cedar Grove and I can play some spades.
Come on.
Yeah, that's
Come
my
on.
But and then I can
Yes.
go over to Southern Trace and I can
Come
go in
on.
there and walk in the country club
Come
and
on.
have dinner.
Come
You know,
on.
so I've just made sure that I've stayed diverse. I can go to Barksdale
Balance. This is like a
Air
balance.
Force
Yeah,
Base
yeah,
with my
right.
military background and
Yes.
hang with the military people.
on,
So
Sergeant.
I'm grateful for my upbringing
Yes.
because here it prepared me for the diversity
Wow.
of people, but it also broke my innocence because I was literally very naive when it came to relationships.
Yeah.
When it came to trying to figure out, okay, is he telling me the truth or is he not?
Right.
Because where I came from, we meant what we said.
Right.
But coming into the city, I don't know. Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah.
But then out of hurt and pain, well, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't telling the
You
truth.
got some wisdom.
Yeah,
though.
I
So
did.
you
I
had
got a
to-
lot of
You
wisdom.
had to start.
A lot
and,
of wisdom.
And it's funny that you had that experience from coming from Arkansas to Shreveport because that was my experience from Shreveport to New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
So New Orleans grew me up.
Okay.
New Orleans grew your girl up big time to where when I came back to Shreveport, I was a grown woman.
Yeah.
And it prepared me for business. It
Yes.
prepared me to be
Yes.
able to compete in a male-dominated field in the entertainment industry and club industry. So I totally understand
Yes.
what you mean, and I think that's what people need. That's why I'm always advocating for people to go away to college.
Yes.
Even if you go an hour down the road,
Facts.
you're
Get
going
away.
to be exposed
Yeah.
away,
to
right.
Experience.
different people, and when you learn, you can learn a lot of stuff. I went to school at Grambling, and just from the time I was at Grambling, before I moved to New Orleans, I had connected with people all over the world, and I had learned quite a bit of stuff from them city slickers.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I totally understand what you mean about that transition. So in speaking of how Shreveport grew you up and things of that sort, what would be your largest critique about the city of Shreveport?
You know, if I wasn't from here, because now I consider myself from Shreveport, I would say that we don't support each other. But I can't say that because from every angle that I've noticed and see, because I sit back and I observe a lot, I do notice that this city supports their own.
They do.
They really do. Now they have to trust you. I have to say that. So if you're not getting support from the city, it's only because you've done something that may have questioned the
Tainted,
trust
right.
of the citizens. But when they trust you, you got all of the support in the world.
Facts.
So I don't know if I could critique.
Gotcha.
I believe that the support is there. I believe that the hearts are there. I don't know. And I'm not saying it to save face with anybody.
Facts, right,
I
right,
just
right.
don't.
But
I
that-
don't want to say
but that
anything
makes
just to say it.
sense. But
Yeah.
but that makes a lot of sense, you know. So I understand what you mean about, you know, there might be some lack of support, but then again, at the same time, people do support. But I think that kind of goes back a little bit to the clique thing.
Yeah.
Because I do think that's one of the things. So I'm tired of talking about. I ain't tired of talking about Shreveport, but I want to transition.
Well,
now.
let's transition.
I want
then.
to talk about State Farm. I want to know how, because like Tommy mentioned a second ago, you were a sergeant in the military.
Yes.
So you have some military background.
Yes.
I want to know about how did you transition from the military and how did you land in insurance?
I was in college, and I've always learned not how to play checkers, but chess.
Okay.
And I think that may be a gift, and I'm grateful for it.
Wow.
But I've always looked beyond. So I remember praying, God, give me a job. And I think I may have been praying out loud with an older person. And they said, Katrina, don't pray for a job, pray for a career. And I said, well, what's the difference? They said, with a job, you'll move around. With a career, you can be low and you move up. And I said, okay, that makes sense. Okay, makes sense. So went to a job fair, and it was State Farm there. It was Walmart. And it was, of course, hospitals. And I remember talking to my counselor, and I said, I need something that's going to allow me to move up. And she said, well, two things we know. The insurance industry is never going to leave because of you're always going to have autos,
right,
and you're always going to need insurance. Second thing is we're going to always need medical. Okay, that makes sense to me. So I narrowed down two opportunities. And then the next thing was I don't like to be around sickness or, I just don't like it. I'm going to go support you. I'm going to make sure you're taken care of. I'm a good caregiver.
Right.
But that just wasn't my forte. So that drove me to insurance.
Okay.
Praying, fasting, sitting at a $5 job at a desk, getting ready to graduate from college. And I'm praying like, God, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to put my first application in. He said, start from the A's, the bold print in the phone book, the old phone books.
Yes.
And just start calling and ask for applications. God is my witness.
Wow.
I can honestly tell you, I started from the A's. I sat at that desk and I called every single bold print company. And nobody was taking applications until I got to State Farm.
Wow. Come on.
Until I got to State Farm.
Wow.
I got up, I went to where they was taking applications. I got the application, came back, sat at the desk, filled it out. After I got off of work, I went back, dropped it off. And it literally took me a year and a half.
Wow.
To get accepted.
Wow.
With State Farm. A year and a half.
Persistence, though.
Yes. And in between that time, I've graduated. Now I need money to take care of my son. I did military, so I did military, had some money coming in from there. I did babysitting.
Yeah.
I cooked. I did what I needed to do to make sure he was taken care of.
That's what we do.
And then I started at the post office, working from 5 o'clock until 12 o'clock at night. And I remember a young lady was sitting beside me, and we was data entry. And she said, Katrina, she said, you're too smart for this job. And I said, well, no, girl, I'm making $19 an hour, and, my son is good. And she said, go back and try with State Farm.
Wow.
And I looked and I said, huh? And it was like the Spirit said, go back and try. That next morning, keep in mind, I didn't go to work until later. The next morning, I called State Farm again, asked where they taking applications. They were. I ran up there, put an application in, came back home. Maybe a week later, I got called. Wow. And then 3 interviews later, October the 30th of 1995, I got hired.
Wow. So you're celebrating 30 years this
30
year.
years.
Wow.
I'm celebrating 30 years.
So you started out in what position?
I started out as a claim representative, claiming roofs.
Wow.
I was an outside claim representative. I was the only African-American female in West Memphis, Arkansas.
Clock it.
And when I say that they did everything that they could to get rid of me.
I can imagine.
And I would just pray and I would just fast. God, I need to take care of my son. God, please protect me. Please protect me. And I would go in, I would bless my desk with oil. And it was like he took care of me. Wow. But I always made sure that I kept records of everything. I'm a paper person.
CYA.
So I kept records of everything. And needless here or there, that location closed just for reorganization. They said, okay, you can go wherever you want to go in the region. And I was like, okay, I don't know where to go. So okay, I'm praying and fasting. And the regional office, Monroe, Louisiana.
Come on.
And I was like, well, I can't leave my family. I have a son, and it's only him and myself. And I remember praying, and God said, go to Louisiana. And I cried the whole time driving. He was in a little car seat in the front of the car, on passenger side. I'm crying. And I said, I don't know what I'm doing, and went to Monroe, Louisiana, and here we are 30 years later.
30 years later.
30 years later.
Wow. And so 30 years later, of course, we just talked about how you started as a roof claim person, but now you own. So how is that how is it to know where you started? Because one of the things about this story of perseverance is that I really want people to understand and look at this, because this is speaking to me, because I am giving God a time limit on something I want to do, and it's like 4 weeks. 4 weeks and I'm out, God. Like, you got 4 weeks and I'm going to something else.
That.
Right.
He got to develop.
He got it, and you put,
it's a process.
You were persistent for an entire year, and that 1 year,
and a half,
right? That year and a half, and that year and a half investment got you 30 years plus.
And it's humility.
That's big.
I told you I babysitted. Yeah. I cooked. I always wanted to have a craft, and when I didn't have a craft, I learned how to gamble. You know, so I remember going to a couple of my homeboys in Newport, and they was on the block.
Yeah.
Come on, the block.
We had the high porch.
Yeah.
They was rolling dice, so I rolled up on them, and I'm like, "What y'all doing over there?" They was like, "Girl, you know, we rolling." I said, "Well, show me how to do it."
Yeah.
And they was like, "Come on over here, let us show you." So once I learned on the streets, then I could go to the casino. So my mom enjoyed going to the casino. So when my son was young, he was a baby in Pampers, and she was like, "Come on, go to the casino." I said, "Okay." So I said, "Well, I'm finna go hit the table," which was the dice table. And she was like, "What you doing over there?" I said, "I know how to roll." So I went over there, and I said, "I need to go make my baby." Yeah, I said, "I need to go make my baby make some money so I can buy him some Pampers and some shoes." And I literally went over there. I think I may have won about $500 rolling dice. And I've always been open to what I needed to do to make it. Yeah. So whether it was street, whether it was professional, legal.
Right.
Show me how to do it. My cousins, they protected me from the drug game.
Okay.
You know, because it was like, they said, "No, we're not gonna let you get into that."
Yeah.
You know, hey, I thought about it.
Might tap in, be Queen Madam.
You know, I'm like, wait a minute.
Queen Madam Worsham around here. Lady Blanco,
Griselda.
Taken
care of. But I didn't tap into that.
Lady Blanco.
This story is absolutely amazing. Exclusive.
You wanted to know who I was.
Yes. Tap in.
So I did not tap into that, but I did make sure I learned how to roll dice.
Come on.
I learned how to play tonk. You know, because you play tonk for money. And then you know, so if I needed to do any of that stuff until I made my money, I was able to do that. And then, needless to say, I was a pretty lady.
Come on here.
You know,
come on here.
Yeah, you
Halle
know,
Berry,
we being real.
Halle Berry.
Let's be.
I did have a sugar daddy here or there.
You got to have somebody to pay the bills. You got to have somebody to fix on the car.
Come on.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do.
Come on,
Got to have some, you know.
See, y'all bringing out the real, but you
I
said,
love it. Bring out the real.
This
Let's
is
be
what
real.
we wanted.
Yes, be real.
This is what we wanted.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you,
People
I
get to
felt
see
like
this.
you
I
was
love
my
this.
homegirl for real.
I'm your homegirl.
I know for sure, but you my homegirl for real.
Come on, right? Yes.
In real life,
Yeah.
right? But I
love it.
love that so much, because to see your success and to see you
Yeah.
walk with
Professional
your
woman.
head up high,
Yes.
your shoulders, to see you walk in your confidence,
Yes.
right? No one would ever think that you come from humble beginnings
Yes.
of living on a farm.
Yes.
No one would ever think that you had to babysit to make sure that your son was
Make ends
well
meet.
taken care of
I
and things of
did.
that sort. But that's grace.
Yes.
They
it
don't need
is.
to see the struggle. They just need to see, you know.
And you know, a lot of times, this is what I don't like. This is one of my pet peeves.
Come on.
When people make it and they look down.
Yeah.
I do not like that, because you have so many people that are professional.
Yeah. Yes.
And you have so many people that have made it. And they may have had the silver spoon. But don't look down on us because,
Come on.
you know, because I didn't have the silver spoon. And I had to learn how to walk upright. I had to learn how to be poised. I had to learn how to speak.
Come on.
I did. I learned how to speak, and I wanted it.
Yes.
You know, so now when I dealt with my sugar daddies, of course they had to be here.
Right.
Come on.
So
now.
I did not walk in a club and deal with anybody in the club. I needed to meet the owner.
Yeah.
And when I
Right.
met the owner, that's, you know, I need to meet
Head boss.
who over
Head
whatever
man.
over.
Head man.
And yeah, I need the
Man
head
in
man.
charge.
Come on here.
And that
In
way
charge.
I knew that
Yes, sir.
they would teach me
Come on, right.
something that I
Yes.
didn't know.
It got to be worth your
on.
while.
It had
that's,
to be.
That's my.
on,
That's,
yes.
ladies, I want to pause.
get some about
I
this
want to
time now.
pause for the ladies right here. So,
Uh-oh.
in this transfer, in this conversation,
Come on,
this is what
Dorian.
I want you to
Yes.
understand. You
Yes.
know, it is what it is sometimes, but you have to stop putting yourself in situations to where you're the only one given anything.
Yeah.
It has to be worth your while. Stop dealing with men that you can't learn from. Stop dealing with men that you can't grow from.
Well.
Like, make it worth your while. And I said to ladies, but that's for men too.
Both.
Men and
Yeah,
you,
that's for
Facts.
everybody.
that's
Yes.
for people, but
And it
women, we
worth my
fall
while.
victim for that so often. And I'm preaching to y'all because I've been there myself.
Yeah.
I have been at a place to where I've accepted something that was way less for the sake of having something at all.
Come on.
Yeah.
Girl, no.
Yeah.
It got to be worth your while.
You want to learn something.
gotta learn something.
Yeah. And
You gotta
good.
learn
This is
something.
I
good.
learned. They taught me.
Yeah.
They invested in me. Even when I came to Shreveport and became an agent, I had to write articles. I didn't write any of those articles. I could call back home, talk to one of the gentlemen that I dealt with,
Right.
and I said, "Hey, I need an article." And he said, "Well, what is it about?" And I would tell him, I said, "They want this and this." And before nightfall, he had me an article written and he sent it over.
Wow.
You know, so
Relationships are also important.
yeah, relationships,
Facts.
but he invested in me and I invested in him too.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know,
Come
so
on.
I just
Worth your while. Right?
I'm loving it. I'm loving this
again,
today.
it's the
I'm loving
checkers
this.
part of the
Yes.
game, and I think a lot of people miss, you know, the next move. You know, and it's not the checkers, it's the chess part of
chess
it.
part.
What's the next move? You know, so even starting with State Farm, I needed to know what was my next move.
Right.
You know, I knew I wasn't going to be there all the time. What's my next move? And I saw a beautiful African-American lady going to the cafeteria at the regional office.
Yes.
And she suited up, and I'm like, oh, wow, who is that? And they was like, yeah, she's in for agency. And I was like, well, what does agents do? So I
Come on.
went and I did my research.
sir.
And I called my mentor and I said, I want to be an agent because I just saw this sister walk through and she clean.
Right.
And he told me, he said, Katrina, we need to get your speaking together. And I said, yes, sir. Because I felt like everyone spoke different here.
Yeah.
But I was a country girl, so, you know, my words was not the same.
Right.
And I said, okay, well, what do I need to do? He said, well, let's join Toastmasters. And I joined Toastmasters for 4.5 years.
Wow.
And very humble. I went back to a first grade class and I sat in the back of a classroom in the little seats, desks, and I learned my phonics and my vowels all over again because I knew that I missed it when I was at home and me talking country and, you know, cutting my verbs. And I said, okay, let me go back and do my part. So that was my part. I had my manager to record my conversations on the phone with State Farm. At the end of the day, he would bring me in his office and we would listen together and correct the words that I messed up on with the conversations with the customers.
I want to tap in there real quick. What I like about that so much is that someone gave you a critique
Yes.
and you decided to use that critique and fix it.
And to-
That's one of the
Always.
things that I want us.
Yes.
So a lot of the times, especially in Shreveport, now this is a pet peeve that I have in Shreveport. I have a pet peeve when a person resists correction.
Yeah.
If you can't be corrected, you are not going to grow.
Well, you're not gonna. Yeah, you won't be successful.
You won't
Won't
be
be.
successful. And I love how you were so tapped into the greatness that you knew. Oh, he said I need to do this to make me better. Let
And
me
it took
scratch
work.
this
Yeah.
off
It
the
took
list.
work.
It
yeah.
did. It
I
did.
love
It wasn't no microwavable because I mean, if
it's
you
a process,
yeah.
Yes.
and you gotta know
Yes.
where your weaknesses are. And I've been humble enough that even if you all tell me, you know what, Katrina, you know, during the interview you did this or you did this, I'm gonna take that to heed, and I'm like, okay, well, I appreciate that. So it's a humbleness
It's
there.
like you giving me game for me to be
Yeah,
better.
it's a
Facts.
humbleness there to be
Ain't no
better.
hating. No,
It's
I
no,
want-
yeah,
I
no
want you to be
hating,
better.
no anything.
I want you to be better.
And I went to Toastmasters. I remember my last speech. My mentor would always be there, and he would watch me. And after the speech, he would critique me, go, no, you didn't do right. You didn't do this. Yeah. And I was like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it was 4.5 years later. And I remember him standing in the back of the room. And I was standing up there giving my last speech in Toastmasters. And he had tears running down his face. And he looked at me and he said, and I remember that. And I said, I think I made it.
Yeah.
I think I may be ready for agency now. So becoming a State Farm agent, it was 6 months of an interview.
Wow.
It wasn't no 15-minute interview and you gone. It was 6 months of preparation.
Wow.
Where they saw how we dressed, how we sat. We went out to lunch and what we ordered, how we interacted with the other counterparts. So it was all of that, along with
All the
business
things.
plans, along with do we have a budget, along with, okay, how are you going to handle certain situations? 6 months. 6 months. And I was the only African-American female in that class. Wow. So now I'm trying to learn stuff that I hadn't been taught because everybody else has been taught this stuff.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, now, and then on top of that, being taught how to transition myself, I also had to take tests. And that's one of my weaknesses. I don't like taking tests. It may take me 2 or 3 times. I'm gonna pass them, but it's just the idea of taking the test.
Right.
And
That test anxiety.
yes, so I had to. I'm crying in there. I'm huffing and puffing and I'm sweating, but I had to learn a lot. And then 6 months later, we go in a room, a panel of 10 people, and the young lady that I saw that just wowed me to become an agent was in there interviewing me.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, that's why I was like, wow.
Yeah,
And I was the next African-American female agent after her, which was 4.5 years later. And that right there was just kudos to
That
be
was
like,
that was
this
like
is my
nice.
dream.
That
Yeah.
was extreme confirmation.
Yes.
Like that was extreme
Wow.
confirmation.
It was. And it was beautiful. And
that's
we're
dope.
still friends to this day.
I was just about to ask,
We are
did you
still
share
friends.
with her that she was your inspiration?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're still friends to this day.
Awesome.
So I'm humble enough to look at somebody and say, I like that about that person. And I think I may want to pick that up. Or I can look at somebody and say, okay, I need to make sure I don't ever represent that.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
me being that person.
How do you feel? How are you able to do that? A lot of people, they don't have the ability to pick the good from the bad. How do you feel that you're able to say, oh, this is worth keeping or this is not? Or how do you think that you're able, or what advice would you give someone who struggles with that?
You have to know who you really are.
That's it.
Okay.
Ooh, come on with
I
it.
love me.
That's
And I
good.
just told my counselor that this morning in counseling.
Come on.
I love me. I
'Cause it's okay to
love
get
being.
counseling
It's
now.
okay to have
Yes.
counseling, but I
Yes.
love being with Katrina.
Yeah.
It's a treat when I step outside and mix and mingle, but I'm good inside being with me. And I don't know if it's a shell that I'm protecting me, or I don't know what it is, but I enjoy me. Yeah. I laugh with me. I have fun. I trust me.
Yeah.
I have fun with me.
Come on.
And
yeah.
I can look and see, I want to be like, I can pick that up. But then if somebody is fake, I don't want to be fake. I am who I am.
That's it.
You know, so even
Unapologetically.
with this podcast, somebody is going to take it and pick it apart and say, and she thinks she all. No, I don't think I'm all that.
Come on.
But I do know that I am somebody because I'm
Somebody.
being real with me.
That's it.
And
Right.
if
That's
you
where it
be
starts.
real with
That's
yourself,
where it
you
starts.
didn't have a sugar daddy too.
Come on.
Come on.
You didn't try to, if you hadn't tried to do something, you probably need to go do it.
Come on.
Because I made sure that I covered every base to say, okay, I like that. I like rolling dice, but I don't have to roll dice.
That's it.
Come on.
But if I do need to roll dice,
Hey.
I know how to roll dice.
Yes.
Come on.
It was always, do I need it or do I have to have it?
It's a tool.
Yes.
It-
And I
it's a
made
tool.
sure that I covered myself with a diverse variety
Toolbox.
of everything.
Yeah, you have a
so
nice
I can
toolbox.
hang with the guys.
Come on.
I can hang with the ladies.
Come on.
I can hang on either side of town.
Yes.
And still be who I am.
Come on.
And it's not a struggle.
Got
Versatility,
balance.
yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on.
balance.
Great balance.
There you
Because
go.
you know-
It's balance.
And
Great
that's what
balance,
it is.
right.
It's because you know who you are.
Yes.
Yes.
You know who
I
you
do.
are, and
Come
you're
on.
comfortable
Yeah.
with who you are. And I see so many women who are not
They're
comfortable for
not.
that,
Men
with
too.
that, and they're
Yes.
men
Men
too,
too.
and
Yeah.
they fight and they struggle with that. And I just want to
Egos.
tell, I just want to give them a hug and be like,
It's okay.
"Hey,
It's
babe."
okay.
Right.
But
It's
speak-
Let it go.
But speaking of
Yeah.
wanting to give a hug, that's another thing that I admire about you.
Come on.
You have started a brand, or
Yes.
I don't know if it's
I
a
love it.
brand or a movement. I'll let you put the proper title on
I
it,
love
but
it.
it's a brand and a movement in
Mm-hmm.
one for me. Make me, mold me, empowerment, and I love that so much because
Yeah.
exactly what that lady did, who inspired
Come
you
on.
to go
Yes.
forth with State Farm.
Yes.
You have I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna say it on TV on the podcast.
Come on.
So I'm gonna get in, but she has are they cohorts, or how do you bring in the women for Make Me Mold Me? Because I
know
I
what?
love it.
They come from all over. The Make Me Mold Me Empowerment nonprofit. Trying to find myself, transition to my spirituality, my spiritual fully. You know how you have one foot in and one foot out, and
Get
it's
out
it's like okay,
Get out my
God, like
business.
you better come on over here with me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Get out my
And
business
it
now,
was a
girl.
process.
Yeah.
It was a process, and it is a process.
It is. Daily.
And it was like God just gave me Make Me Mold Me on my birthday. I think I may have been, it's 15 years old, so I was 39.
Oh, wow.
And I'm in California at a women's conference. And I'm like, okay, I want to go hang with the women. And God said, no, you stay in this room, get your journal out and write. And I wrote everything down.
Wow.
And I said, well, God, I just want to go. No, stay in and write. And one thing that I can say is that I'm very, and I don't know if it's my military or what, but I'm very disciplined and obedient.
That's good.
And submissive. A lot of men wouldn't think that I'm submissive, but I am submissive when I'm with you.
Yeah.
Come on.
And
Did you hear that?
yes,
When I'm with
I
you.
am
When she's
submissive.
with
When
you.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
Come on.
when I'm rolling with you, I ride or die
I
with
love
you.
it. I
on.
love it.
But and my son could say, yeah, she is. But what
Shouts
I
out
would
to her
say,
son out there.
Yeah.
what I
My
will
bro.
say is that Make Me Mold Me, God gave it to me to say, I'm going to teach you, and I need you to teach the women.
That's powerful.
And I was like, well, what am I going to teach them? Everything that I teach you and show them how to be free within
Come on.
themselves.
You be the
and
model.
it's
Come on.
okay
Yes.
to be this. It's okay to not do this.
Facts.
And it's okay to go through it. And the Make Me Mold Me empowerment has been a process for me. And I'm still being processed.
The name alone
Yes, it is.
signifies the process.
Yes.
Make me
Mold
me.
me.
It's not made me.
Empowerment. Come
No.
on.
So it specifies
It
how this is an
is.
ongoing
Yes,
And
process.
it is
come
a
on.
And I
physical,
love it.
it's mental,
Yes.
it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's financial. And when I tell you it's 15 years in, and God has taken me through all of it.
All the feels.
All of it. I'm talking about 2 marriages, 2 divorces. I was married and divorced before Make Me Mold Me, so I've been married 3 times. 2 rounds of cancer.
Come on.
My only son, single mom as a son, a business owner, just everything. And I have women that's saying, I want to learn how to just break free. I want to learn what my purpose is. Wow. I want to learn how to get from point A to point B. And it's been over maybe 4,000 women in the architect that has been through Make Me Mold Me. And I have some have graduated with their doctorates, some have graduated with their masters, they've got married, they've had kids, they're authors. It's just beautiful to sit back and I'm looking like, yeah, I like that. And
you're a part of each of those stories.
That's part of it. Yeah.
That's what's so important, and that's what's so powerful. And one of the things that I love about it is because what you do with Make Me Mold Me, that's one of the reasons why I'm the woman I am, because I have that from my family.
Yes.
But there are so many people who don't have that from their families, right? The reason they're kind of in the situations they're in is probably because of their families. But you take that excuse away. Yeah, you came from a background where your mom didn't teach you this, or maybe you came from that situation and you were in that situation, but Make Me Mold You told you. Yeah. Make Me Mold You molded you and made you to be able to overcome. So now what's your excuse not to be successful?
No excuse.
You take away the excuses and you provide them with the opportunity of success. So I absolutely love that.
It's a lot,
What's next?
Yes, what is next? Miss Madam.
You kind of told us
Madam
earlier.
Worsham, what's next?
What's next?
Y'all know I've earned Madam Worsham, okay?
You did.
Oh, yes,
you
we
did.
know.
Okay, I had a couple of people say, what you change your name to Madam Worsham? God has honored me, and I've earned that name.
Okay, come on.
Listen,
and I respect you as that.
I love it.
Yeah,
baby,
I love
you came
it.
out with your Madam Worsham party.
Oh,
baby,
yeah,
I was
most definitely.
glued. I was like, you better come on here.
Them visuals?
You better come over the unveiling of the madam.
Bring it on.
The unveiling of the madam is what I called it.
Yes, ma'am.
On my phone,
yes,
like,
ma'am.
come on here, madam.
I loved it. Yes.
So what's next?
You know what's next? I'm close to retirement.
Wow.
Okay.
I won't retire.
Okay.
You know, but I'm 54, going to 55, and I have positioned myself for that. In the process of writing a book.
Come on.
So on my life journey, the destination.
Can't wait. Gotta get you back on.
The journey of Madam Worsham and destination pending.
Come on,
because we don't know where God is going to take me.
Here.
Yes, most
definitely. So we're working on that now, and I'm excited about that.
Love it.
I do want to be in a committed relationship. I want to be married, but it's no rush this time.
Gotcha.
I felt like the last 3 marriages, I was finding me, but I also know something else. And let's be real. Let me, if I may, take a minute for this.
Yeah, take a minute. Yes, come on.
Let's go.
This is what I would like to say. Everybody, and this is where we mess up as people.
Okay.
We feel like everybody has to have the same journey. 30-year marriages, 20-year marriages. Your parents been married forever and a day.
Right.
One marriage, okay. No marriage, I'm not getting married at all. I realized God didn't give me that journey. He gave me 3 marriages and 3 divorces. But let me say this. I really believe deep in my heart, I needed every last one of them. Because if not, I wouldn't be as settled as I am. Sometimes we need somebody to give you this. Okay, he served his purpose. Okay, I'm gonna bring this one in to give you this. They served their purpose, and I'm gonna bring this one in to give you this. And then guess what? I had to give them each something in order to serve purpose.
Yeah, seasons and reasons.
And so I don't dummy down on me being married 3 times and what's wrong with her? It's nothing wrong with me.
Nothing wrong with her,
I found
y'all.
myself. I love all of marriage. I love all of my exes. They made me a part of Madam Worsham. So each one contributed what they needed to contribute to me. And I'm grateful for that. The ones in between contributed to me. I'm grateful for that. So I think we need to quit looking down on people when it's like, ooh, so you've been married 3 times? Yeah. The question needs to be, did you learn anything? Right. Because I didn't just get married to say I do. I did marry for life. But if God saw that season short term, you know what? I can accept that.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't say, hey, God, make me a cancer survivor.
Come on.
But
Come
he
on.
did.
He did.
And I had to accept it.
Yes.
And not accept it with my head down, not accept it embarrassed.
Come on.
But
Come
accept it with my head up
Right.
and walk the walk to say, okay, if you are struggling, cancer, any sickness,
Yes.
you would be able to look at me and say, you know what, but she don't look like it.
look like
She don't carry herself like
Yes,
it.
come on.
Instead of me walking like, well, yeah, I'm surviving. I don't even talk about it.
I had no idea.
But that's what I'm saying.
right.
I don't.
You just
I'm
said
bringing it up now, but that is
times.
not in my vocabulary.
Right,
Because
me.
I don't want you to look at me
Right.
to say, "Oh yeah, you know she a cancer survivor." No, that's not my. That's not my identity.
Yes.
That's not
Okay,
your
I'm
mask.
more than that's just that.
Come on.
You know, so I
Yes.
think we need to just be careful in how we prejudge a person.
Facts.
And that goes to whether they've been in jail, whether they've been on drugs, whether they've been married 3 or 4 times, whether they single, whatever the case.
talking.
Quit judging and prejudging and putting a label on us.
She
I
talking
just
today.
don't
Yes.
like that.
Me either. I
Yeah.
don't either.
The madam has spoken.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. I've spoken.
The madam has
I
spoken.
co-sign.
We don't like that.
co-signing.
No,
we
I
don't like,
don't.
and I appreciate that because
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I don't like it is because it prohibits people from walking in their healing.
There you go.
And
Walking in
people-
their truth.
People and walking in their truth, and people, life is hard by itself.
It
By
is.
itself.
And when you're trying to overcome it, and then you find yourself at a place, okay, I'm ready to overcome this.
Yes.
But now someone is coming and beating you over the head
Yes.
and judging you and making you feel.
Yes.
Because I struggle with that really, really badly. A lot of people would not know, but I was in deep depression for like 10 years.
Yes.
And I just felt like, I was a 2-time. I got 2 baby daddies. Like, who is
It's
ever
okay.
gonna want me with 2 baby daddies?
Yeah.
And I would talk to other people, or other people made me feel like, oh well, both of your other sisters married, you ain't married,
Yeah.
and you got 2 baby daddies, and like I real deal that made me feel like something, but it was just like. Whatever. I got all
Yeah.
these other amazing things that I
Exactly.
do, that I am worthy of, that I can contribute to. So I had to realize that people who point out the negative, that's because there's so much other positive, great
There
things
you
that
go.
you have going.
Exactly.
That they have to try and pinpoint
Yeah.
the things
Come on,
to say
right.
no.
Yes.
You know that gonna hurt me. You know
Yeah.
it's gonna hurt when
Yeah,
you say those
exactly.
things that are sincere in a
Uh-huh.
person's heart. So yeah, y'all are low. When you
Yeah.
do that, you are low when you're just trying to bring people low like you. So
And we're not gonna do that.
No.
We're gonna accept whatever journey.
whatever,
on.
all the journeys.
All of our journeys, God, He knew it, and this is what helps me accept me. And it's in Scripture.
Yes.
I knew you while you was in your mother's womb.
Yeah.
Come on, facts.
So He knew we
how
would be
powerful
sitting
he
here
is.
today.
Facts. He knew it. To be honest.
He knew. So
Yes.
I just believe that.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that, okay, you think this is going to be forever, but I already know a divorce is coming.
You hear me?
Once you get what you need from it, guess what? Once I get the glory. Because when he gets his glory, it's pretty much over anyway. So
You can't
I
do nothing
accept
else.
that,
Come
and
on,
I
yes.
grace it, and I'm
love it.
happy about it. I thank God for my journey. I really thank God for my journey.
And when you can come to that place in
Yes.
life, there's such a place of peace.
It is a peace.
that you're not even oh Lord, oh God, you taking that? You can have it.
Yes.
Because you don't want anything that is going to interfere with
Yes.
your peace. I started
Yes.
praying this prayer that I love that I started praying it, but I kind of don't like
Uh-oh.
it because the first time I prayed it, I hurt my own feelings because I lost friends. I lost a dude that I was like totally in
You was
love
into him,
with.
girl. He was yours.
Girl, he was mine. And
He
then
was all
sho-
yours.
Girl, he showed up. At
I
an
like
event-
him.
He showed up at an event with a girlfriend, and I almost fainted.
Lord.
I almost fainted. But I started praying a prayer, and the prayer was reveal, remove, replace.
Yeah.
Reveal, remove, replace.
That's
and
good.
when I started praying that, he real deal started revealing the things that he wanted me to do. Like when you were just
Yes.
talking about like being lukewarm and like the whole process of,
Yes.
of being fully for him or things
Yes.
of that sort, that resonated with me so much because there's so many other women out there. Like we're God girls. We love God.
Mm-hmm.
But Christianity, spirituality, or just so many people have made it seem like it's if you 100% God is boring. You can't live life. You can't enjoy life and things of that sort. So to see you unbothered, living life, loving God, serving God, and things of that sort, that just signifies, and it showed like exactly what God told you when you were in that room. Like, I'm teaching you so you can teach the women.
Yes.
Like, sister,
and I'm not
happening.
Perfect. It's still
None
at
of us
54, I struggle.
All of us.
At 54, I'm still like, okay, God, please help me with this.
Come on.
Help me with this, because we all have had a addiction. It don't have to be drugs. It don't have to be sex. It's just something that's a thorn in our side, and that keeps us humble.
Yes.
You know, so I think that it's just, again, like you said, low, when you look at something and say, oh yeah, look at him, look at her. No, you got the same thing. So don't sit up here and act like you don't.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, so I can walk with my head up high. I don't care who say what to me. I've earned this walk.
Come on.
And
Walk
I've
in it.
earned
Walk.
it for me.
Yes.
I really
yes,
have.
you
I've
have.
earned it
Yes,
for
you
me.
have.
So
Yes.
whether I wear with the dress to my halfway, or whether I wear it up here, if I feel like I look good in it, I'ma wear it and I'ma own it.
That's it. As you should.
Yes.
So we want to talk about how people can patronize your business. Of course, we need to let people know that they need to, if you don't have State Farm, you need to come get with the madam. Get with the madam.
Leave the lizard. Leave the lizard alone. Listen, leave that lizard alone and go holler at my boy Jake. Come on.
Yeah, Jake.
Come on, Jake. That's my boy. Jake got
So tell people
swag.
how they can come over to
holla
State
at
Farm, or
Jake.
how they can be able to reach out.
Yes.
Katrina Worsham, Katrina D. Worsham, State Farm. You may remember Thomas. You may remember Early, Robinson. We're going to throw all the names out there, okay?
Worsham.
But Katrina never changed, okay?
Facts.
So Katrina Worsham,
Yes.
8216 Juella. Office is 318-688-8312. Also on Make Me Mold Me Empowerment. If you want to become a part of Make Me Mold Me, you can give me a call, 318-210-3467. We also, I'm trying to put together something. I don't know how, but we'll come up with an announcement. So that's something that's coming up.
Yes, come on.
And I have a trucking business. It's rolling. Sewell Trucking,
No,
Sewell
we ain't
Hauling.
talked about no trucking company.
And it's Sewell Hauling. And I went to Africa a couple of times and came back. And I said, you know what? I want the trucking business, but I didn't want it per se in my name.
Yeah.
And my name is Pure Hearted.
Okay.
That's Katrina, Pure Hearted. So I looked up Pure Hearted in Africa.
Come on.
And it's Sewell.
So well.
wow.
So
Awesome. That's
Sewell Hauling LLC is the trucking company, which means Pure Hearted for Katrina.
I love it.
Boss,
So that'll be
y'all.
my legacy that I will leave
on,
behind,
legacy.
and
Leave legacy,
prayerfully
yes.
my son will be able to take over
Come
and
on.
go from there.
Come
Yes,
on here.
leaving legacy. That's what
So
it's
that
about.
that is what it's all about.
All
so
about
ladies,
leaving
you need
legacy.
to be a
Come
part
on.
of Make Me Mold You. Make me
Yes.
mold me.
Mold me.
You need to be
Empowerment.
made
Empower.
and
Yes.
mold and be empowered. You guys
Yes.
need to connect. Make sure that you guys go to the social media.
Yes.
Reach out on the phone number that she gave. Whatever you need to do, because she's gonna take away the excuses and give you the tools. All those things
on.
that she talked about, those are tools in your toolbox. We all have to
Yes.
have a toolbox. Now, how far you go and how successful you are is really going to depend on the
It's up
tools
to
that you
you.
have in your toolbox. So
Exactly.
get connected, get these tools. Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you
you because I
all.
feel like this is an exclusive. I feel
It
like
has been.
no
You had
one
me
else-
sharing some stuff that I hadn't shared before.
That's how it is on this
love it.
platform. We get
That
you know,
is-
we bring
that-
the exclusive.
That's-
Yeah,
Huh?
wait, Tommy looking over like, huh? Whoa, wait
Yeah,
a minute.
I'm
Hold up
loving it.
now.
Listen, I
So
love it.
that is how we do it here, because
Most
that's what
definitely.
it's all about. We just want to
This
connect to the
platform, yeah.
greatness.
Thank you all.
Give the
Yes,
opportunity to
celebrate
pour
you.
your heart out. celebrate you for all the amazing things that you did.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
it was an esteemed pleasure to have your greatness sit here and talk to us and be
Yes.
so transparent and things of that sort. So thank you.
Thank you
Go
all.
follow her. Go run up. I need about 25 people to leave your insurance company and go to State Farm.
Leave Lizard.
Right.
I tell you,
Send me
leave it
referrals, okay? But I want to say to you guys, if I may, thank
Yes.
you all for the honor of just sitting here with you and
Yes.
sharing. And thank you for everything that you all are doing.
Thank you.
We don't get better if we don't push each other. So
Definitely.
thank you for your support. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for sharing your atmosphere with me. Hey, critique me. It's okay. Katrina, next time don't say that.
Oh, no, you
I
did
am
a
going to
great
take
job.
it. I'm going to own up to it, and I will use it on Make Me Mold Me Empowerment Radio Talk Show.
And tell them when they can listen to that and how.
Yes.
I can't wait to be
So
on that.
Make Me Mold Me Empowerment Radio Talk Show every Sunday morning
Come
at
on,
11
Sunday morning.
o'clock a.m.
Yes.
102.9 Magic. So you need to be listening soon because we're going to have Mr. Tommy on as well as my guest.
Awesome.
I can't wait. I'm excited. Yeah, let's go. But thank you so much. When I asked her to come, she's like, me, just being so humble. But no, because I feel like you are one of the women in our city that a lot of women look up to. I feel like when I told her about it, I can feel her energy through the phone. You know what I'm saying?
I'm supposed to be a praise instructor
and then,
right now. I was
and
like,
then
I'm going.
And then you see how when she got to see you, and now she got to see, because I know you more than what everybody else, because I've got to see you on a personal level, but for her to see how you talk and how down to earth you are, these women need to see that, you know, because they just get to see, you know, Katrina, and she's at these nice events and things like that, or they get to see your post, and she's at the Super Bowl and doing these major things. But listen, she's a down to earth, hardworking woman, and I just wanted for people on this platform to see how down to earth, how beautiful inside and out that you are, and I thank you for that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes.
Let me ask you this: what have you all learned about me that you didn't know?
So there
I
are
know
several...
something else too about you, but I'm gonna say something. But
Oh, no, you go first.
You're a twin, right?
I am.
Come on.
Wow. Did not know that.
Did my
I am a
research, boy.
twin.
I did my research now.
That's
Hey,
cool.
hey,
That's
Shannon
really
Sharp ain't the
cool.
only one that got a little researching. I do my little
Uh-oh,
research.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is really
She
cool.
is a twin. Yes.
Well, I didn't
most
know
definitely.
that you were from the farm.
Yeah,
I thought you were
Newport,
from I thought you were from
Mm-hmm.
the big city.
Yes.
I didn't know that you had been. I thought you had only been married once. I thought it was just early, so I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that it took you so long to become a part of State Farm, and I didn't know that you've been with State Farm 30 years. I definitely thought that I gave you like 15.
Oh
20.
yeah, 30.
But yeah, I
OG in the
shied
game.
you.
OG.
I'm OG now.
Oh, and I
give
did
her
not
an OG
know
card.
about. I didn't know about
Yeah.
your trucking company.
Yeah.
either.
Yes, that's a blessing.
So I
either. That was
didn't-
dope.
I didn't
Yes.
know about
Yes.
those.
Yeah, OG. I am OG.
Yes, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So, listen, thank you so much again
Thank
for
you
sitting
all
and
so
talking
much.
with us.
It's been so
Thank you
awesome.
guys
It's
for
so
tuning
great.
in. Don't
Yes.
forget to make sure you go and like, share, comment, and
Yes.
subscribe.
Yes.
Let us know if you want to be connected more to Madam Worsham. She has a lot of amazing things going
Mm-hmm.
on. We would definitely connect you. Let us know who else you would like to see on our show.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's your boy T Volker. And also, too, shout out to our amazing producer, Knowledge 312.
Yes.
Yes.
And if I would, let me give a shout out to
Come
my
on.
son,
Yes.
Dennis Redmond Jr., and my
Yes.
grandson,
Come on.
Jace Redmond.
Yes.
So thank you guys for your love and your
That's
support.
our hearts.
I
That's
love
our hearts
you
right
all.
there. Yes.
Yeah.
That's our hearts.
And my future husband.
Come
Come
on,
on,
future
come on.
Because I
husband.
know
Future
he listening a little
Our
bit.
future
He
husband.
looking.
We're gonna
We
both
gonna
speak
claim it,
that.
okay?
We're gonna
Our
both.
future
Name
We're
and
gonna
claim
touch and
it.
agree
Yeah,
because he
yeah,
say
yeah.
wherever two or three are joined.
Naming it.
We
Claim
not
it.
rushing now. It's gonna be long
rushing.
courtship.
Yeah, we want
We
it to
gonna
be
court.
in God's time.
Yeah.
because we
Court,
want.
right.
Yeah,
This time I want to court. We court.
We court.
So if no one knows, I know we got to leave, but what courting mean? Because, we got some, we might have some YNs around that we watching, but you know what I'm saying, the YNs.
Court
You know what I'm
date.
saying?
We
So
going out on a date. We taking it
dating.
slow.
Help them out. Help them out.
We
Come on, old
walking
school.
downtown on Texas Street hand in hand.
Come on.
Even
Sharing
if
ice
it's
cream.
at 3:00 with some ice cream.
Come on.
In the afternoon. Or we
to
getting
go.
up in the wee hours of the night,
Come
and
on.
we not at each other's house. We gonna
Come
call
on.
each other and we gonna meet up, and we may even go to the casino and play some blackjack.
Come on.
We just gonna court.
Teach
Court.
me.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen, guys.
Date, y'all.
Listen.
It's time to date. Stop
Even
just
if you don't
moving
know
in.
how to, she'll teach you.
Well,
Now, come
I
on.
don't know all of that either now.
You might, but you're good in gambling. So what if it's a guy he's not good in gambling? Because I ain't lying.
But
you know?
I don't gamble. I do not. Believe it or not, I don't gamble.
Okay,
I
okay,
go
so you-
every
okay,
blue
so you
moon
just-
just play
Just to go,
around.
yeah.
I said I know how to do it if I need to make some money.
Okay, got
Now
it.
don't miss it now.
Don't miss. Clock it.
So look,
Clock it.
she take care of the Lord's money, y'all.
Yeah.
Share that and stay
Yeah, gambling is different than going to
the
take
Lord's
care of
money, all right?
business.
So let's get that correct. She is not gambling the Lord's money. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for being
you
on
guys
here.
so much.
I've had enjoyed myself. This has been a great, awesome time. Thank you so much. You got anything else to say?
Nothing, y'all. Go follow, go like, go share, go comment, and go get you some State Farm from
Yes.
Katrina Worsham herself.
Miss
We love
Madam in
y'all,
the
but
building.
don't forget God loves you, but you gotta love yourself. Peace.
Peace. We out. Let's go.
Whoa, hey.
Oh,
Shouts out
here
to
we
our
go.
amazing fashion sponsors of the day.
Man, check out Rude Boys artwork, man. You can get it right now. Customize anything. They fresh to death.
And yes, honey, yarn earrings by Affirmed Accessories. Make sure you go on Facebook. Check us out right now so you can have the perfect pop for your outfit. It's cold outside and it will keep your ears and your neck warm. So listen, go and check out our people right now. They have amazing things in the city. Affirmed Accessories, Rude Boys artwork. If you have a business and you would like for us to rock your stuff and shout you out as well, make sure you get with the Culturally Connected, where we will get you connected. Peace. So here's the thing.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy T-Vocal, the host. Listen, man, today is the day. SocialCon, man. You can get your tickets right now. The link is in below. Go support. It's a great thing that's coming to our city. Shreveport, Louisiana. Stand up SocialCon. I am a ambassador. It's your boy T-Vocal, the host. From Culturally Connected TV, man. Hey, stay tuned, man. Let's go.